Today I'm going to one of my favourite places in Tasman. I'm heading over to Golden Bay where I'm going to meet Kevin Moran and Tim Firkin, who are the heads behind Save Our Springs. And that's an organisation that's mounting a credible opposition to a proposed gold mine at Sam's Creek. So I want to find out from them what's going on, um, what are their concerns, and how does TDC fit into all of that? Hi, Kevin.
Kia ora, Timo. Really good to see you at Sam's Creek.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Hi, Tim. We're in the middle of Sam's Creek here with Kevin and Tim. Now, tell me, guys, can you just give me a quick summary as to what your concerns are about what's going on here?
Well, we are really concerned that this area is going to be devastated by a gold mine, Australian gold mine. All this beauty, the beauty that you see around us, will be destroyed. It's actually breaking our hearts. We've got all the scientific evidence that we need to say with certainty that this will be a disaster for the Tasman district and for Golden Bay. We're absolutely certain on that. What do you think,
Okay.
Tim?
Yeah, and we absolutely just feel strongly that this area should have never been excluded from the Kahurangi National Park. So our long-term vision is that this gets returned as a sanctuary for the natural world again, and that no mine or any project like this is considered in the future.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about what is considered. Just taking a step back, what are the plans for this creek?
Well, the plans are at the moment, Siren Gold is applying for a miner's license, and they're going through a process that will take them a while to get, and we are opposing that. We don't believe there should be any drilling here whatsoever, that the potential that a mine here will be disastrous, not simply for Sam's Creek and all the beauty you see here, that's enough, but also for Te Waikarepupu Springs. Well, this area is intimately connected with Te Waikarepupu Springs.
Yeah, and all the waters of the valley that we all rely on in this community, from the businesses here to recreation to all of our drinking water, it's all intimately connected.
So you think there's a threat from the mining operation to the quality of drinking water in Pupu Springs?
Yes, yes, we do. And what that would directly come from is a waste pit that arsenic ore would be extracted and ground to dust, and then it would go through a big waste pit to extract the gold. And when the mining's finished, that will be just left sitting here. That's what happens. That is a time bomb.
Right.
That they regularly leak. If they leak, that goes into the aquifer, and that goes through to Te Waikarepupu Springs, and that's the end of Te Waikarepupu Springs and potentially the drinking water.
Yeah, arsenic has no half-life, so
Yeah.
once it's in a water system, it's there forever, essentially. So it's kind of a deadly silent killer as well. You know, it's odorless, and even a small amount part per million would be disastrous for the waters in this region.
Okay, so the mining operation is not taking any precautions to make sure that that doesn't happen?
They're saying they will take precautions, but the international record of mining companies is that they come in, they make all these promises, then they go, they change their name, and it's all over. At that point, usually in the future sometime, maybe 5-10 years later, something happens, who knows, an earthquake. This is on an earthquake fault, and an earthquake could shake it down, it breaks open into the waters of the aquifer.
Right.
And it's a region that has up to 5 metres of rainfall a year, you know.
Yeah, and that's not going to get any less
No.
the way it's going at the moment.
Yeah.
But what do you say to people who kind of see the opportunity for Golden Bay, highly paid jobs and money washing into the community.
Well, I'd say it's false. It's a false claim that this is a regular pattern with companies, that they come in and they talk it up. These people are gamblers. They've got shareholders. They try and get as much money in. They try and get into the community. They talk up the amount of jobs. It won't be what they say.
A lot of those jobs are highly specialised within the mining sector as well. So they claim that there'll be jobs for the locals, but then they end up bringing in their specialists from afar usually to get into those positions.
So you reckon it's not actually going to be benefiting the people of Golden Bay very much?
Zero benefit in my eyes.
What about royalties for New Zealand? Wouldn't we, gold is really valuable these days, wouldn't we get a hell of a lot of money for nothing?
So, what's the percentage? It's like a
1% or something like that.
2% royalties. So
right.
And look, at the moment that the government is spending more than that 1% on cleaning up coal mines down the west coast.
Right.
They've been devastated, and so that 1%, it's not profit. It's more than that to clean up the mess that's already been left here.
So you're saying we're basically giving away the resource by giving 99% for free, basically.
We are giving it away.
And then we're left with some long-term liabilities, potentially.
It's utterly foolish. Utterly foolish.
Kevin, how does TDC fit into this picture?
Well, TDC are the consenting authority for the resource consent. That's primarily where they fit in. This raises a bigger picture in terms of water and their record.
So you're saying it's really TDC's obligation to protect our resources like the water?
Yeah.
And are you feeling that they're not doing that enough through the resource management plan?
Yeah, well, I am concerned that they're not doing enough through their resource management plan. Just done like dust in the court. They were just done over.
When was that? When did that happen?
It was in year before last, in 93, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Nothing's been done. I asked them. I wrote to them. I've got all the emails and all. I wrote to them and said, look, the judge has castigated you publicly. Here, it's actually in the water conservation order, for goodness sake, and you're saying nothing about it. The public knows nothing about it. You're ducking and diving. Why don't you just come up and say, hey, we really didn't do well there, we've learnt from it, and we're moving on, but just actually own it, that you didn't do well.
So Kevin, has the mayor or have any of the councillors talked to you about this issue in the past?
The mayor doesn't talk to me. I've been within about 3 metres of him, and he doesn't actually approach. He just sit there and kind of watch what was going on.
Here I am back in the car now, mulling it all over. I think Kevin and Tim are making a really strong point for preserving what is an incredible asset for Tasman. The waters of Golden Bay, the waters of Pupu Springs and Sam's Creek, they're all connected, as they point out. On the other hand, of course, you've got potential for a lot of investment coming into the country, maybe some tax take, certainly some royalties. And what it really all boils down to is, what is the risk? Can this all be done without causing any harm for the future of our district? Is this short-term gain, this short-term benefit going to undermine what's really the biggest asset that Tasman has? Or can this be done without any harm? That's the question really. And what is TDC doing to make sure that our environment is protected? That's a big question.